But yeah, we're gonna do well, what we're gonna do is you guys can spam the chat. Well, don't one-man spam. You can all write the name in chat once of the player that you want me to reveal my ranking for, and yeah, we'll do it one by one. You guys can also agree, disagree, or wildly disagree. Okay, so start typing the name of the player that you want me to rank first. As soon as I see a name twice, I'll do it. Okay, I saw Sickie twice. So yeah, Sickie from Renegades. Where have you guys got him? Type in chat where you've got him. S double plus, S plus, S, or ABC. Where have you got him? Couple C's, couple B's, more C's, A's. Lots of B's and C's. Wow. That's harsh. That's very harsh. Rafe Deal, thanks to the Prime sub. Luke Angels, how you doing, man? Thanks for 22 months tier 1. Welcome back. Z, Yummy. No, Yummy, come on. You've got to give a legitimate answer. What do you think? The OCE analyst. What does the OCE analyst think about Sickie for Worlds? Where does Sickie go on the leaderboard? Yeah, so okay, I'll explain. I'm not going to give away what I think yet, but I want to hear what Yummy says. Genuinely, where do you think he goes? Compared to all the other players. And then I'll tell you why everybody's saying B and C. And why they're wrong. Yeah, where do you guys think Sickie goes? He overall had a decent Worlds, A. Yeah, well, this is a good summary. Despite the own goal, he had an overall decent Worlds. Listen, that overtime was super stressful. Nobody on the field was playing particularly well. There was a mix-up on the goal line and Sickie own goal. It happens. You can't judge somebody's entire tournament based on one own goal, even though it is a big deal.
Every single time.
It's true, Danny. I did. Thanks to the 20-month Twitch Prime, by the way. Scripted. Stunk. Thanks to the 4-month Prime. Welcome back. But Yummy, I'm actually going one better. I think Sickie sneaks in at, like, into S. I think he sneaks into S, actually. Because I think out of all of the OCE players, he was very good, and he was the only. I think like he was the reason that they even like were close to making day 3 at all. I've got Sickie and S, because I think he had a great Worlds actually.
Hello, my dude.
Yeah, he had a couple of.
Overall, how do you rate the SM teams at Worlds?
The SM teams Worlds. We'll
impressive in my
We'll actually talk about that in this stream. I won't go into that right now, but we're going to talk about that in the stream. But yeah, thanks Ethan Bird for the 16-month tier 1. Listen, everybody's going to think, own goal, B, C, what an idiot, he own goal. But actually, he had some like pretty impressive defense all tournament long. He was really doing a great job controlling the ball in defense, preventing other teams from pressuring them, and just in general being in the right place at the right time, several times in defense. Yes, he had a couple of very memorable blunders, but that's not what I judge an entire tournament on. I think overall, he did a pretty good job, and I've actually got him sneaking into S. Because, yeah, when I was looking at the list, I initially had him lower, then I was like, to be honest, I think he did better than a lot of the players that I've got him ranked beside, so I'm going to move him up. But yeah, next. When I see a name twice, I'll do it. Astral. Okay, I saw 2 Astrals. Where do you guys have Astral from Dignitas? Lots of S's, S pluses, S plus pluses. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, this is to be expected. I've got Astral in S plus plus. I think that he is one of a kind right now. Nobody really plays the game like he does in 3v3. He's such a ridiculous impact man, and he just like carries games. And yeah, I think overall, I think he was an S++. I don't think he was as impressive as Yukeo in the final series they played against Vitality, but I think he outperformed Yukeo in most of the other ones. I think he was very good. I've got Astral S++. Why 3S ranks instead of D and E? Because people, it just sounds less harsh. You don't have to put people in D, E, and F, or D, E. It sounds better if you're like, you know, ranking it up the top, even though it's literally the same principle. Okay, next, who do you guys want to do next. As soon as I see a name twice, I'm gonna do it. I actually okay, I saw Garrett a few times. Garrett, where do you guys think Garrett belongs? S pluses and S pluses. It's all S pluses and S pluses here. For Garrett. Now, I think the only argument for putting him S plus is because the grand final he was a bit shaky. But I think overall, like, I was like looking at various iterations of my tier list that had Garrett S plus, and none of them made sense. I had him outperforming all the players in S plus, so I have to put him S plus plus as well. I've got Garrett up here. I don't think I need to justify that too much at the moment. He didn't. This actually wasn't his best World Championship, I would say, because he's just so good in World Championships historically that I wouldn't even say this is his best one. But he's still S plus plus because he's GarrettG. He's ridiculous. Thank you, by the way, to Ethan Bird for the 16 months. I'm going to reply to that question during this stream, I'm sure. Brian Diaz, thanks for the 6-month Prime. Appreciate that. And the Irish Goo, thanks for the year of Tier 1. Thank you, dude. Okay, I saw 2 Arsenals. Where do you guys have Arsenal from Space Station Gaming? Mostly, looks like most people have him in this sort of range. This is what I'm seeing in chat. And I also have him in this sort of range, but I have him at the top of this sort of range. I've got him in S+. Actual consistency-wise, still needs a lot of work, but in terms of pop-off potential and just like stage presence, and like carrying his team through, you know, energy, I think I've got Arsenal in S+. I think he had a really impressive Worlds. This is his first World Championship. Remember, this guy's really got a bright future if he can keep practicing, both himself and with his team.
Cheers.
I've got him here. Okay, I'm looking at chat again to see if I can spot a name twice. I saw Mist 2 times. Okay, where do you guys have Mist from Pittsburgh Knights? Snellsbury, thanks for the 33 months tier 2. And Redbeard Hazy, thanks for the 3 month prime.
Perfectly written scripts. Full of beans and giant, big, colossal, enormous, gargantuan, gigantic, huge, hulking, humongous, immense, jumbo, vast, mammoth, monstrously of a nose.
Thanks for that. So it looks like about the same. Everybody's doing the same thing. It's all just the A to S plus range for Mist. And I agree again. But once again, I've got him actually up at the top because for a debut Worlds, I thought he was very consistent. And spoiler, I think he was the most impactful member on the Pittsburgh Knights. Just. So I've got him at S plus, actually, as well. But yeah, he just snuck in there. I won't lie, this was a tough one. And he just snuck in for me. Just. Okay, I see a lot of cards. Caard from Loki. Where do you guys want Caard? Obviously, everybody's going to say S plus because he is the king. Yep, S plus plus, of course. Yeah, everybody's. Wait, what? What is this emote? For goodness sake, this emote. Guys, nah. Listen. I think Caard is a fantastic player, and I hope to see him at more World Championships and lands because I think he's got really insane potential, especially with his current team. But for this one, I couldn't put him any higher than an A because he just completely flopped versus his first matchup. Like, I don't think he was impressive in his first matchup. I wanted to see more from him, and I think if low-key were gonna do more, he needed to step up in those matches. He only got to play 3 series. They played Veloce, NRG, and Renegades. So I'm talking about the NRG game. Sorry, not the Veloce one. The first matchup that they lost, NRG. I was disappointed. I thought the Caard was going to do more. This is why I've got him here. I thought he was going to do more. He was invisible against NRG. For me, like, just didn't do enough. And That's the matchup he really needed to show up in. I really do look at matches versus the big three, NRG, Dignitas, Vitality, as more important than any other matchup at this particular World Championship. Just because those were the three best teams by far. So I've got him at an A, because I think he just didn't show up against NRG enough to put him into an S. Hey, Guan, thanks for 26-month tier 1, dude. Welcome back. And also Flinter Gaming with the 7-month tier 1. I saw a lot of turbos, so let's just get this incredibly difficult one over with. But yeah, the reason I have Caard in A is because he just didn't do enough versus NRG. Okay, yeah. Naturally. Turbo. I think, for me, Turbo, I'm going to do this, right? So I'll put, like, people on the bottom or the top of the tier. Just to have a better idea of, like, how close they were to going up or down a rank, you know? Just to see how close they were to going up or down. I'll do that. So for, like, Arsenal, I don't think I actually had him at the bottom. He was more like middle. Just bang in the middle of this. Mist was, like, closer to the bottom. So I'll try to do this. Should I do this? Type 1 in chat if I should do this. If I should, like, spread people out. Based on how well I think they did. Shall I put them at different heights in the thing? I could do. Alright, I'll do this. Wait. Let me figure it out. I'm gonna put Sickie bang in the middle actually. I was always gonna do this. I was always gonna put him here. Caard is very close to S. There you go. That gives you more of an accurate that looks a bit untidy,
Johnny, it's
doesn't it?
2:30 AM. What you doing?
I'm doing a tier list. What does it look like? So yeah, there you go. That's so far how I had these like Astral. I was like, yeah, I can justify putting him S++, but I really did consider putting him S+. Mist, same thing. I was like, oh, which one is it going to be? It's going to be this one. Caard, I was like, okay, this. But yeah, Sickie, Garrett, Turbo, they were pretty easy picks. So I've got them in the middle. They were not difficult at all. Right, I glanced at my chat and I saw a couple of Yukeos. Where do you guys have Yukeo? Man, you guys have got like goldfish memory or something. Everybody's like, whoa, Yukeo S+++. He scored a crazy overtime goal. Oh my goodness. Have my babies, Yukeo. Listen, it's the whole tournament we're looking at, not just the final goal. But yeah, I've got him at a S+. I think he was outperformed by his teammate Astral overall. But yes, in the very last match, I think Yukeo was the best player. Flinter Gaming, thanks for the 7-month tier 1. JS,
Hello,
thanks for the
Mr.
2-month prime.
Man.
KevK Rock,
You're
thanks for the
having a
50-month
good
prime.
night, sir.
I'm having a good
Stay
night.
groovy.
You too, dude. Okay, I'm looking at chat again for the name that pops up twice. Fix Turbo. What do you mean Fix Turbo? Did I spell it? I didn't spell it wrong. Fairy. Right, I see two fairies. Where do you guys have Fairy Peak? Yeah, you guys are pretty much right about that one, in my opinion. Bang in the middle of S+, a very average tournament for Fairy. Obviously, we all know he can be the best player in the world if he's playing well on any given day. But this tournament, I think he was just smack in the middle of S+. That's just where I see him. Where I see him being this tournament. Yukeo below Astral is a joke! Well, I'm sorry you think so. You should tweet that at them. Right, people saying Justin. This one's obviously extremely difficult. Where do you guys think Justin belongs? Yeah, everybody correctly identifying Justin as the tournament MVP, in my opinion. I think after, you know, just popping off in the final game, scoring both of the goals in the final game, And also, I think having overall the best tournament, Justin for me is the best. He is numero uno. No brainer. Top of S++. Okay, next. Yeah, this is based on Worlds, right? I saw 2 Kamis. Kamii from Renegades. Same team as Sickie. Where do you guys have Kamii? F. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Toxic. B, A, B, C, F. Okay, for me this is really difficult because I was thinking A or B. This was my where I was like really where I had Kamii. I was like, okay, he's either A or B for me. He's either barely A or just slipping into B. And at the end of the day, I went for just sneaking into A. Just. Pretty average tournament for him, I would say. Well, I would say below average even, because I think Kamii, he had a really great Worlds at Season 6, in fact. The season that Kamii, Tarsos, and Drippe came 4th. No, yeah. I think he was a fantastic player on that tournament. So yeah, I think Kamii here, in fact, disappointing for him, but I would have just I snuck him into A, because I think he was probably consistent enough. He was the one that failed the 50-50 that went into his own net that led to Tarsos panic and Sickie own goal. Probably the main one to blame. Yeah, that's like very like last minute oriented, you know, like one moment to base an entire like obviously that impacts the rank, but not as much as not for me as much as it does for you, I guess. Copy guy, thanks to the 16-month prime. Also,
wow, 6 months.
Heisen Bueno,
that
the 6-month
makes
prime.
this my longest relationship yet. Love you, Johnny, and don't forget the impeachment is only there to make us forget that the security tapes for the night Epstein allegedly offed himself disappeared. Cheers.
I won't forget. Thanks for reminding me. Hey, Wonder Bread 97, thanks to the 2-month prime as well. Appreciate you. Okay, where have you guys got Scrub? This one shouldn't be too difficult as well. I think it's fairly obvious where Scrub was. Yeah, everybody's putting him S+. In fact, in my opinion, Scrub was I think he was next best. If like looking back at the whole tournament, at the moment when I was watching the grand final, I didn't actually think this. I thought maybe actually it was hard to pick who was like the best in the grand final itself, but yeah, Scrub overall second best player in the tournament behind Justin, in my opinion. I think he really stood out. He was really on form, played very well. Okay, next. Rizzo lol. I saw 2 roll dizes. Where do you guys have roll diz? From E United. S, F, well that's a big range already. A, C, S plus S. So pretty much literally every single option has already been chosen at least once. At least once. It looks like most people are putting him anywhere between A and C. Which I do agree with, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to go with C. Some players have to go C, and for me, unfortunately, Roldiz is one of them because I think he was just outperformed by his teammates and his team didn't do very well overall. So if you're outperformed by your teammates and your team doesn't do very well, then you have to go towards the bottom of the table. But yeah, this was a close one. It was a tough one. He was just basically, I tried to limit the amount of players. I try not to just stack everybody in the middle because I think it's really boring if I just put like 10 players in A and 2 players in here. I try and like force myself to spread the players out into different tiers. And yeah, he just, I think, got outperformed by the players that I haven't revealed as my B tier yet, because you guys haven't chosen any of them. I spelled Huckster wrong? I probably did, yeah. Probably did. Because I had to type all this out, like, pretty quickly. It is, yeah, I put a T in it, haven't I? Where even is Huckster? There he is. I was like, I have spelt it wrong, I put a T in it. Hawkstar. It should be Hawkstar. I'm looking for a name that I see twice now. I saw Fruity twice. Where do you guys have Fruity? From Reciprocity. Reciprocal Ossicle. Guan says B, unfortunately. And I completely agree. You nailed it. Unfortunately for Fruity, this is a land that he would rather forget in a hurry. And in fact, I'll tell you guys something. It was, for me, it was Roldiz or Fruity. One of them had to go B, one of them had to go C. And I just had to go like this because I think, yeah, Reciprocity they were pretty close to qualifying for, okay, well, this is the reason actually that I'm ranking Reciprocity players slightly higher and E United players slightly lower. Because I think that if Reciprocity were in E United side of the bracket, they probably would have made day 3. I think Reciprocity are better significantly than all of the teams that were on that side of the bracket, including Veloce, who did make day 3. So
Merry
yeah.
21 months, Johnny. Hope you have a good
Yes, Reciprocity
Christmas.
lost to
Boy Bean.
SSG and PK, but I don't think they would have lost to United. But yeah, somebody had to. One of 30-year-old was going to go see. It had to happen. I just had to. There was no other way to do this. No other way to distribute the names. Hey, happy Danny. Thanks for the 18-month tier 1. Welcome back, dude. Next, Retals. Okay. Where do you guys have Retals? From PK. Yeah, pretty close to what I thought. Quite a lot of people saying S, a lot of people saying A. I've got Retals in A, and this was an easy one as well, so I'm going to put him in the middle of A. Again, just to reiterate, if a player is closer to the top of a box, it means I was very much considering putting them higher. And if they're lower, I was very much considering putting them lower. But Retals right in the middle. Oh, I put him in S. Sorry, no, I said A, I meant S. I put him in the right box. I just said A by mistake. This is where he's supposed to be. It's just because you guys were all saying A, so it's making me think A. I meant to say S, though. This is where he belongs. He's right here. Right here. This is where Retals belongs. Scout streamer. Mate, I'm trying my best here. You guys are just spamming my chat. It's infecting my brain. Alright. I'm looking to see if any other names are appearing twice. Right, I saw Spydoge twice. Where do you guys have Spydoge? From Kanabara Havoc. Canberra. See? Yeah, unfortunately, Spydoge is going to go right down here next to Roldiz, except, unlike Roldiz, I was not considering putting him any higher. He didn't perform very well at RLCS Season 8. But hey, big learning experience for them. It's cool to see more Australian players and more OCE players getting a chance at the world stage. You never know. Maybe he'll be back bigger and better than ever next year. Beating CJ by a game to qualify 2 seasons running. But yeah, Spydoge was always going to be a C. It was a disappointing land for him, unfortunately. Azraeline, thanks for the Prime sub. Hopefully I said that right. Happy Danny as well. 18 months, welcome back. Do I see any names twice? Vault. I saw Vault 2 times. Where do you guys have Vault from TTS? Mostly B's and C's, and you're actually bang on Twitch chat. This was another, like, Vault, Fruity, Roldiz, these guys were all competing on the border of B and C for me, and I had to put Vault on the wrong side of it. Just because for me, just didn't have enough of an impact. Did not have enough of an impact, but I think this guy's got good potential. He looked very capable mechanically, he just looked lost sometimes. Yeah, he didn't score, did he? I don't think he scored. This chat seems to vote basically they've heard the most. Chausette. Okay, I saw a lot of Chausettes. Where have you guys got Chausette from Reciprocity? So anywhere from S to C. I've seen a lot of all of these. For me, actually, Chausette was pretty much just bang in the middle of B. Like, this was one of those picks that was just very easy. I was like, yeah, he's a C. Oh, I moved this. I was not supposed to move that. Scuffed stream. But yeah, Chausette, he had a super disappointing tournament for him. You know, a lot of people are sometimes calling him the best player in the world. And yeah, this LAN, that was simply not the case. So he'll want to quickly forget about this one. Okay, next. Kamii better than Chausette. I think Kamii had a miles better LAN than Chausette. It's not even close. Did I just put Kamii over Chausette? Of course. Did you see Chausette was a disaster this LAN? He wasn't even the same player that he's been all year. I think he was like playing keyboard mouse or something. Right, a lot of people saying Gyro. Where do you guys have Gyro from PK? Lots of S's and lots of A's. I don't know what that was. Don't ask. Yeah, I've got Gyro just bang in the middle of A. This was another easy one. He had a couple of big blunders that cost PK in crucial moments, but he also had a couple of plays that helped them look like a very dangerous team. So yeah, mixed LAN for Gyro. Very, very mixed in terms of what happened. But yeah, pretty much an A for me. I'm just trying to make it through the stream. Leave me alone. Alright, I've seen tons of Kaydops. All of the French people are still awake and they want me to rank Kaidop. Right, Kaidop. Where do you guys put Kaidop? You guys are actually pretty good at this today. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are pretty good. See, I've got Kaidop right here as well. Gotta think of a way to distribute this more evenly. I can't think of a way to do this. Oh wait, I can. Yeah, I'll do it like this. That looks cool. There we go. That's pretty. See, yeah, Kaidop was always going to be S+ for me. Yukeo was the only one of this bunch who I thought about putting S++. Mist is the only one who I thought about putting S. Kaidop, Fairy, Arsenal, they were all like easy. They were never moving. Okay, next. Ugh, my nose is running. What do I do? Okay, as Charmless Fever says, let's do Panada. Right, Panda. Where do you guys have Panda? Kaidop is so much better than Scrub though. I disagree. I actually had a Panda here, like just like Yukeo pretty much. I was like, okay, either of these guys, you could make a case for them being S++, I think. Because Dignitas were more like, I would say, even across the board. I think Scrub was carrying Vitality at times pretty hard. But Dignitas was very even, actually. They were like one of the most balanced teams at LAN. So I've got Astral, barely S++, and the two players who he was competing with for this S++ spot was his teammates. In my opinion, at least, I decided, okay, I'm going to put one Dignitas player in the top bracket And then I'm going to put the other two right beneath him. And Astral's the one that I picked as the most impactful, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why we have it like this. Now, let's think how to format this. Try to make it look decent. There we go. Shall we leave it like this? Right, a lot of people are saying Le Quack. So let's just do Le Duck. Where do you guys have Le Duck from Canberra? Yeah. Unfortunately, he was hard stuck in C. Hard stuck. Like Jesse after every season reset. This is like if C was a ladder rating, it would be 1600. He can't get out of there. He's just stuck. Right, next. Caio. Okay, where do you guys have Caio? This is an interesting one. I'm really actually curious to hear what you guys think about Caio. It looks like everybody's saying anything from S to B. Jesse was 1 goal off being a world champion. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Kairo was easily the worst in Loki. What tournament were you watching? Oh my goodness. Like, I swear, are you just debating me right now? There's no way that somebody watched all of the Loki games and thinks Kaio was easily the worst on the team. I think he was the MVP for them. I think Kaio is number one for Loki. Not gonna lie, and that's why I've got him an S. Just like Brian said, always listen to Brian. Yeah, I think Kaio was great. Respect the king. Listen, this LAN, the king was outperformed. I think that if you look versus NRG, Kaio's doing a whole lot of stuff. Caard is not that impactful. In both their other series, I think they were all pretty, well, they were both pretty even, but that one, Caio was standout. He was like, I think he was very, very impressive against NRG, even in losing. Alright, and everybody's asking for Tander as well. Where do you guys have Tander, the last member of this team? Caard, Caio, and Tander. Hamadine, thanks for the 10-month prime. Appreciate that. S plus. A. Low S. I swear, you guys do all of your rankings based off like a single play. It's like you see somebody score a flip reset, you're like, yep, S plus plus. What a player. Unbelievable tournament. Didn't put a foot wrong. Then he does like one own goal, you're like, get him down there. C, B, boo. Get him out of here. Like, I think Tander overall was quite quiet. He was struggling to keep up with the game. He was giving the ball away a lot. And for me, that was one of the reasons why Loki struggled. They didn't make day 3. Tander needs to just try and either up the pace of his game so he's more comfortable playing at that pace and he doesn't mess up as much. Or he has to just slow it down entirely, play a more controlled role. Because really, okay, you guys, let's think about Sickie and Tander. You guys are saying Sickie C, Tander S, because Tander scored one really cool double touch and Sickie owned gold. Whereas actually, in my opinion, Sickie had a great, like, solid impact for his team all tournament long. He was like mopping up so much mess in defense, like Kamii and Torsos. They didn't clean their room at all. And Sickie's in there cleaning it before the interview, so that they don't get in trouble.
Merry Christmas.
But Tander was actually making a lot of mess in for Loki defense, and he needs to work on his possession control. So for me, like, he was, I think, mainly the reason why they couldn't make day 3. And I think he's got potential. Pretty much every South American player, I think that they've all got potential to go far because the mechanics is just not a weakness for them. But even in that regard, I think Tander's probably not on the same level mechanically as like a Caio or a Caard. So I have to put him in C. This is pretty much like the same boat as Roldiz and Vault. I think that Roldiz, Vault, Tander, I was like trying to figure out, okay, which one of them are going to go this side of the line, which one of them are going to go this side. For me, Tander just didn't do enough. I think, yeah, he scored one big clip, but quite quiet. And yeah, he needs to not give the ball away all the time on every touch. Do Sizz. Sizz isn't in here. Next. Right, math. A couple of people say math from text to speech. I mean, from the 3 sins. Where do you guys have math? Where are you ranking him? S. B. Math wherever Matix is. Mathematics. Now, I've got I think I put him pretty much, yeah, just bang in the middle of B. Just right here. That's math for me. He had a couple of, you know, cool clips as well. But overall, just wasn't on the same level as the other guys. So I've just got him in the middle of B here. Right, next. We're actually getting there. We're doing pretty well here. Stop asking for Sizz. I don't have a text box with Sizz in it. You guys are extremely funny. Right. I saw a couple of Ajaxes. Ajax. Where do you guys have Ajax? Coaches tier list. I don't know anything that the coaches do. I haven't got a clue what the coaches get up to. Rank Turtles commentary lol. Why is that an all caps LOL? You guys are so toxic tonight. Yeah, a lot of people have Ajax in A. For me, this was a tough one. He was like pretty bad. He was like battling with people for this either side of this line. And I had him just on this side of it. We'll even leave. We're gonna leave the dot of the J above the line, just to help people understand that this was a close one. I had to think about that. I was like, who do I put A? Who do I put B? But I decided to go for Kamii A and Ajax B. Rank CJ next. Okay. Who have we got left? Farah. Okay, where do you guys have Farah? Right now, Farah's teammates are both in B. Where do you guys think Farah belongs? Airbus Pog. Half star thanks to the 15-month tier 1. I saw Zolsa, if that's how I pronounce it. Thanks to the prime sub. S plus A D. Well, that's not even on the list. B. A lot of people saying B just because that's where his teammates are. Honestly, I think Farah was the best player this LAN. He was, for me, the one player who looked like he might actually want to win and go on to day 3. Don't know what happened to Chausette and Fruity. They didn't look like they wanted to play day 3, but Farah did. So I have him in A. I think he actually looked like normal Farah at times. Farah carrying Chausette. Hopefully it's not the last time. Right, who's next? AXB. Right, where do you guys want to put AXB? You guys ranking AXB quite high, actually. X, ha 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 ha. High S. Well, you, my friend, have read my mind. You have read my mind. High S is exactly where I have him. It was between AXB and Mist. I was like, who do I think is S plus out of these two, and who's S? And I gave it to Mist. That's where I've got him. Right, Sipical. Everybody's saying Sipical. Now that we're moving on to
33
other
months
teammates.
and counting. Great to see you at RLCS, Johnny.
Hey, thanks, Lee Daddy 333 for the 33 months. Very appropriate name this month. Missed opportunity to put in between A and B. I know I should have spun it 90 degrees and stuck him in there. Can you even do that? Can you rotate a text box in OBS? You can! Oh, this is exactly where the XP belongs. Don't tell me this is low production value. There's no better place for him. It's his house. We're just going to leave him there for now, but he's actually top of S. Back to Sipical. I've got Sipical S+. I think he was a fantastic... he had a fantastic LAN. I was very impressed. I was very impressed with Sipical. I was wondering if he... Or S++, sorry. Yeah, I was wondering if he would be able to transition his online play, which basically he was the best player in North American League play. I was wondering if he'd be able to take that to LAN, and I think he really did. I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was very, very effective. And no, he didn't like score a fancy double touch that everybody's remembering. He didn't score an own goal. I think he was just very quietly effective, and I think he was really good. Arsenal had a better LAN. Arsenal was very flashy, but I think Sipical was the backbone of this team, and he was the reason that they were like looking like a consistent threat. And he did have a couple of nutty plays as well. Yes, Arsenal, Sipical, AXB, they're legit. They're a very good team. They're a very, very good team. I think that if you give them more experience, or if they had a bit more experience, they would have been able to like give the big three, your Dignitas, Vitality, and NRG. I think that they would have been able to compete with those guys if they just had one more LAN under their belt. Like if we did a rerun of Worlds, I think that SSG would be very scary, even more scary than they were here. I think their main problem at this LAN was that when they did go down, when they did lose a couple goals or one goal, the heads go down. They didn't know how to, fix that bad vibe. And that just comes with practice. It comes with experience. And it's a really high-pressure situation for 3 rookie players. They did really well. I think Sipical was outstanding. I've got him in the top tier. Who do you want now? We've got Flame. Okay, Flame from Veloce. Where do you guys have him? I've got to put AXP back. Hold on. There we go. Excuse me. Lots of Bs. Solid B. Lots of people saying A as well. Yeah, I think Flame was actually okay. Look at the players here that we have. Gyro, who I think was pretty inconsistent. Farah, who was very normal. Not his best LAN, not his worst probably. Does he belong in this group, or does he belong in this group? This is the question I was asking myself, and I think that honestly, I have to put Flame in S, because the only reason that they got into day 3 is because he actually had, some plays. I always like deciding who do I put here, Flame or Caard, and I decided to go for Flame because hey, they actually made day 3. Caard didn't. They fell 2 series short. But yeah, I think Flame just sneaks into S actually, because Veloce's playstyle, it lacks flair, it lacks creativity. And without Flame, I think they would have literally neither of those things at all. He was the one guy on that team who could pop off. So yeah, I have to actually put him in. I've got him in S because looking at all the players below, I was like, he doesn't belong in this group of A. He looks more at home just underneath the players in S. Right, who have we got left now? Only 6 left. Matix is quite hard to see because he's in a very bright spot. I'm going to move these guys. Who do you want next? Caio. Okay, where do you guys put Caio? Also a Veloce. Just realized we had all of Veloce left at the bottom here. None of them had been chosen. That's kind of not surprising because their gameplay was so boring at times. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is why another reason why I have Flame and S, because I think without Flame, like there was literally nothing. There was only Resident Sleeper watching Veloce play, without the Flame plays. B B B B B. Everybody's saying B B B B B B B B B B. No, I wouldn't put Caio on a B. Like, listen, they didn't play terribly. Like they were just playing off their opponent's mistakes, which can be boring. But I've got him up. I've got him here. Just less effective, I would say. Oh no, I've moved the background. Hold on a second. Less effective than Flame, but still, solid in the table. Still solid. I think Caio is still like a solid player. He's basically, like, if you looked up solid Rocket League player in the dictionary, you'd see a picture of Caio. That's just what you see is what you get. Literally just solid. Yummy what? But yeah, okay. We've only got 5 left. Who do you guys want to see? I'm looking for a double name. Walcott. Where do you guys have Walcott? S++. What do you mean, who? That's rude. A lot of people saying C. I've got Walcott barely sneaking into B. Just barely. Because if there was, like, anyone on Canberra who looked like they had their controller plugged in, it was him. He does play controller, right? Yeah, actually, that's a really good comparison. I think they had very comparable lands, actually, Yummy. Fruity and Walcott, they had very comparable lands. Does he? Don't tell me he plays keyboard. I should put the Y of Fruity below in the next rank down. Just to show people how close he was. Like, this is probably Fruity's worst land. He can obviously come back from this, though. He plays keyboard. Shuts up. No, he doesn't. Does he? Does he actually play keyboard? So not even he doesn't play keyboard. Okay, he did have his controller plugged in. I was right. Okay, next. No one has ever managed such a bad performance that deserves something special. I think there have been, several teams at Worlds in the past who have done this badly. Every year, usually. Tarsos. Okay, where do you guys have Tarsos? Renegades. Lots of A's. Couple of S's, actually. Some C's from Australians. Of course. I saw that. Nobody's actually giving Tarsos B, though. Which is where I actually had him. I had Tarsos right here. Like, closer to C than B, to be honest. I had him closer to C. But yeah. I was not going to put everyone in this team in A or above. Because that would be, I think, a poor representation of how this LAN went for them. So yeah, Tarsos. He's seen better days. Is Tarsos actually Champ 3 in Ranked? Or is this just memes between him and a lot on Twitter? Or is he hard stuck in like 1400? Is this like Jesse, the next evolution of Jesse? I don't know if this is true. Maybe you see him in C3 lobbies in OCE. Just want to say you did a great job with it. Thank you, Kamii. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Look, I've even got some symmetry here and there. I think it looks great. I think it looks fantastic. Who we got left? Hawkster. Now I'm saying Hawkster because I accidentally wrote the T. I wrote a T earlier. Because I wish it was called Hawkster. This is such a cool name. Hawkstar. And then Freaky. Right, everybody, wait. Okay, everybody wants to. Okay, everybody's betting. S's. Everybody's giving hooks are S's and S pluses. A lot of A's actually, and yeah, I think you guys are right about the A's. I would slot them into A. I'm just gonna finish off this little diamond here. I'll put him at the bottom of this diamond because that kind of looks cool. I've got 2 diamonds actually. Oh, I beamed it though. Wait. There we go. We got 2 diamonds. Oh no, Kaio's way off to the. He's way too far to that side. Why am I such a perfectionist when it comes to this thing? It doesn't matter. Why am I moving this? Nobody cares. Right, next, and also second last. Who is freaky, you ask? Not who. What rank is he? Right, freaky. Where does freaky belong? You may have noticed a pattern with my rankings so far. You may have noticed a pattern. Don't rate him too low, you'll DM you on Twitter. Well, before we reveal the final 2 rankings, Matix and Freaky, do you guys see the pattern? What is the pattern that is currently on your screen? What is it, Twitch chat? 6 in each, yes. There are 6 in each, and this is why I had to like bump some people down and bump other players up, you know, and some players missed an XP, for example. I was like, oh, who gets the S+? So, with that in mind, which one goes where? Does Matix go in C and Freaky in S? Or does Freaky go in C? Or does Freaky go in S? Which one goes where? Where do you want, Twitch chat, where do you want me to put Freaky? Now that you know that one of them is going in S and one of them is going in C. Where do you want Freaky to be? Okay, just to double check, because I'm seeing a lot of C's here. Where do you want Matix to be? Just to double check. Well, that would completely ruin the integrity of the entire list, so I'm not going to do it. But hey, I wanted to see it for myself. I had to see it. There you have it, folks. I have tried to put the names of players slightly higher up in boxes if they were closer to if they were closer to the rank above, and slightly lower if they were closer to the rank below, and bang in the middle if they were pretty much exactly in that spot. So yeah, that's my rankings for this season. Yeah, I'm sure yours will be different.
Bean.
I'm sure that many of you will disagree, but yeah, I have my own way of doing this, and this is the way that I saw it. This is when I watched the land, this is what I saw. I can't ruin the integrity of the list just for a meme. Tarsos closer to C, you said. Ruined. No, Tarsos I had closer to A. Rate coaches. I don't know anything about the coaches. I don't know what they do. Like, what do the coaches do these days? Right, okay, first, listen, real question. Which player do you think I underrated the most? Which player was most underrated on this list? Justin, who is literally at the top. Okay. Everybody's saying Justin. Very funny. Caard, of course. Where are your King Caard not memes? Where are your King Caard emotes? Where are they? It's a brilliant emote, actually. I love that. Actually pretty... I'm not seeing any like resounding like single player who you guys are all unanimously agreeing on that I underrated. Which has got to be a good thing. That's got to be good, right? That's because they're all messed up. Okay. Okay, who did I overrate the most? Who, if I didn't underrate any single player more than the others? Spydoge, jeez, savage. Freaky, yes, of course, right. Apart from Freaky, apart from Freaky, who did I overrate the most? Sipical. Seeing a lot of people saying Sipical, but I stand by my Sipical placement. I think he was very impressive. I think that the whole SSG team were. I think give them a bit more experience, they'll be up there. I think they're pretty much a step down. Bobbles4242, thanks for the 10-month prime, really appreciate it, man. How is Sickie and Essie own gold? Yeah, pretty much Twitch chat in a nutshell. Pretty much Twitch chat in a nutshell. This guy own gold, he should be lower. It's all about the one epic moment for Twitch. Why isn't Jesse on the list? He is. Jesse is actually on the list. This list, it doesn't end here. There's more. If we just do this, you'll notice that there's a goat section as well. That's where Jesse is. He's up there. It's just off the screen. He's literally off the scale. You can't see him. It's too high. You can't scroll up that far. I put him up there and now I can't get him back. Because literally when I try to put my mouse up there, it just goes to the next window. So he's up there for good. Why isn't Sizz on GOAT? Maybe he is. You can't see GOAT, can you? Caster tier list. I obviously can't do that. I didn't even get to listen to much of the casting because it was pretty quiet on the TV. Was it even on in the TV in the green room at the event? I don't think it was. One's tier list. We're not doing another tier list today. This is enough tier listing for one day.